What's up, Alan?
Welcome, fans, to one of the most raucous environments in all of Louisiana high school football. Welcome to the Crow Dome, where the number 9 seed Caron Crow Bears welcome in the number 1 seeded Neville Tigers. This is a game the Caron Crow Bears and their fans have been clamoring for since the brackets came out. And head coach Mickey McCarty knows his Tigers are walking into probably their greatest challenge of the year. But anything can happen. Somebody's going to the semifinals. We'll have full highlights tonight at 10 on the Blitz. But for now, I'm Alan Donald, live at the Crow Dome. Aaron, back to you in Rebel Stadium. Thanks, Aaron. Welcome, fans, to the reservation here in Tioga, Louisiana, with a battle of unbeatens, as Aaron said, as the hosting Tioga Indians welcome in the Neville Tigers, who are riding a 32-game win streak. But the Tioga Indians are riding a streak of their own. They have never been undefeated this deep in the season. So head coach Mickey McCarty knows his Neville Tigers are going to have to fight for that 33rd win. This place should be electric tonight. It is being called the biggest game in Tioga's history. The two teams come in ranked at number 1 and number 3 in the 4A power rankings. And the winner of this game will also be in the driver's seat for the 2 4A district crown. Something's got to give. Kickoff just over a half hour away. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. But for now, I'm Alan Donald for the Channel of Champs. Back to Aaron in the Lions Den. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas, usually the home of the TCU Horned Frogs. But this Friday it will play host to the Navy Midshipmen and Louisiana Tech Bulldogs in the Armed Forces Bowl. Before that, Louisiana Tech got in their final practice. The Bulldogs practiced for about an hour and a half this morning at Centennial High School. This was also the final practice for the Bulldogs seniors. Having won 2 straight bowl games, they are seeking their 3rd. That would give the Bulldogs 5 bowl wins in program history. This senior class has a chance to go down as one of the best in Bulldog history. But knowing this will be the last time they all play on the same field is a bittersweet feeling for these Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will have the day off tomorrow before coming here to face the Midshipmen on Friday at 3:30. But for now, with the Bulldogs in Fort Worth, I'm Alan Donald for the Channel of Champs. When Louisiana Tech and ULM face off in any sport, motivation is not a factor.
It's never just a regular game.
But on this night, the rivalry takes a back seat as Steele Beckton throws out the first pitch. Steele was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy stage 2 at 15 months old, and now the Warhawks have hosted the strongest Steele game for 4 years.
You know, this is something that, we've done now my 3 years here. I know they started it the year before I got here, and I think the idea of playing for somebody bigger and something bigger than yourself is pretty amazing.
To Steele's parents, this is an extra special feeling to it. His mother, Lindsay, was a pitcher for the Warhawks, so to see Steele in the same circle she pitched from.
Something I couldn't have dreamed of. I never imagined my son being able to go out on the same field that I did.
The coolest thing to me is I watched his mom pitch out here when she played, and it was a joy to watch her. But, to see him go out there on a Division I softball field and get to throw out the first pitch, it's just a blessing.
Steele has especially formed a bond with ULM senior pitcher Melanie Coyne.
I love that family and I love that kid to death, and there's no bigger honor than pitching this game.
She has started 3 out of the 4 strongest Steele games for the Warhawks.
From the morning I wake up, it's the biggest game of my season. It's the game I look forward to pitching. It's a game that I refuse to lose out of every game that I pitch.
I don't think she would have let us, given us a choice to not pitch her tonight.
And on this night, she finds a little extra magic in the circle, firing a 1-hit shutout to lead the Warhawks to a 1-0 victory in her last strongest Steele game.
It adds like a new level of heart to the game. You try and play for something, and you try and find something to play for every game, but when you see that little boy, he just moves you in ways that are inexplainable, and it just brings out another level of competition where you just know that you are going to win this game.
While it may be Coyne's last time to play for Steele, it is not the last time we will see him in the circle.
The cool thing is, like, talking to the girls and talking to the coaches, they want to keep doing this. They want to keep having games. They want to figure out a way that we can pack the stadium, whether it be, playing on, a Saturday or playing a different team. Whatever helps Steele out.
The Warhawks pledge to be strong as Steele the rest of the season. I'm Alan Donald with the Channel of Champs. Welcome to sports. A big day in college football. All of our area teams in action. Let's not waste any time. The Louisiana Tech Bulldogs are looking to soar against UTEP and get their first win in conference along the way. First drive for Tech, Ryan Higgins drops back and finds, to no one's surprise, Trent Taylor. Nice catch and run. Bulldogs on the move quickly. They get down to the one, and it's time to give the ball to John Kuhn. He goes in, and the extra point is good. The Saints have a 35-34 lead, but they need a stop. Phillip Rivers drops back 4th and 22, desperation pass, and B.W. Webb comes up with the pick. That seals it. The Saints win 35-34. This guy says no problem. He makes a cut. Another. I think this man is allergic to the ground. 45 yards to pay dirt. He leaps into the end zone. Bayou Bengals up 7-0. Coach O giving his boys some love. Welcome to sports. What a ball game last night in Baton Rouge. When we came to you at 10, Mississippi State had a 1-0 lead. They would stretch it to 3-0 lead in the 8th, and then the magic of Alex Box Stadium took over. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Tigers down to their last 6 outs. Kramer Robinson draws a lead-off walk, and look at him try to get the box back into it. He apparently got someone's attention. Antoine Duplantis. He sends this one over the head of the shortstop. Runners are now at 1st and 2nd for the Tigers. Tying around the plate at the form of the big man, Greg Dykman. Watch this great piece of hitting. He sends this one into the opposite corner. Robertson scores. They wave around Duplantis, and the box is alive. Next up, the freshman, Zach Watson.
To Watson, and 1 out. The pitch. Smack down the line. Hops in front of McNamee. They'll send Dykman. The throw is cut off, and the Tigers have tied the game on an RBI single from Zach Watson.
How about the freshman from West Ouachita? He comes up big again and ties the game at 3. But the Tigers were not done yet. Bo Jordan would advance Watson to 3rd on the hit and run, and Michael Papirski gets this ball deep enough to score Watson from 3rd. Tigers take a 4-3 lead. Zach Hess comes in to close this one out. This is just plain gas. Tigers win this one 4-3. Wow, what a game. Welcome to sports. Louisiana Tech looking for its 3rd straight bowl win as it takes on Navy in the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth. Let's not waste any time. To the highlights we go. Coach Skip Holtz and Louisiana Tech coming in 3rd in the nation in passing yards. Navy counters with the 3rd rated rushing offense. And this game starts off with a bang. Carlos Henderson on the kickoff, bounces off the pile, out the outside. It's a foot race from there, 82 yards, and the Bulldogs are in business right out of the gate. 3 plays later, Ryan Higgins bangs it in. End zone. Tech quickly up 7-0. Tech recovers a fumble and adds a field goal before Navy gets going. Zach Abbey rolls to his right and finds Chris High. He takes it 38 yards to the Tech 4. Abbey punches it in from there, 10-7 ball game. The midshipmen starting to feel the momentum turn, but back come the Bulldogs. Higgins going to drop and find his favorite target, Trent Taylor, on the bubble screen. He turns on the afterburners. See ya, 19-yard touchdown, 17-7 Bulldogs. The 3-headed monster doing work in the first half as Carlos Henderson also adds a 4-yard score. Late in the second half, Higgins drops back, and guess who? Trent Taylor on the post, 51 yards later, 31-24. That's our score as we enter the half. Second half, Navy takes the opening drive on a very Navy-like drive, 14 plays, 90 yards, eating 7:07 off the clock. Capped off by this Chris High 24-yard touchdown run. Tie ball game at 31 apiece. Tech comes right back, 10 plays, 72 yards, and Boston Scott rips right up the middle for the 12-yard score, 38-31 Bulldogs. Bulldogs can feel it now, but Navy ties it again at 38. The 3-headed monster makes another play. Carlos Henderson with an insane catch in the back of the end zone to give the Bulldogs a 45-31 lead with 4:53 left to play. D needs a stop, and Navy has to put in their backup QB, Malcolm Perry, and he gets loose on the option keeper. 30 yards later, it's a tie ball game. Tech drives down with 3 seconds left, and kicker to Jonathan Barnes has a chance to be the hero.
By Barnes. The snap, the hold, the kick, on the way. It is good. The Bulldogs win it. Tech wins it 48-45. Jonathan Barnes with the 32-yard field goal.
What a game. Tech wins the Armed Forces Bowl 48-45. The 3rd straight bowl win for the Dogs, the 5th in school history. Ryan Higgins with a huge day, 409 yards and 4 touchdowns, 3 passing and 1 on the ground. Henderson with 266 all-purpose yards and a pair of beautiful touchdown catches. The two teams combined for 956 yards. Congrats to Coach Skip Holt and his Bulldogs. Tech is not our only team, though, playing in a bowl game. The LSU Tigers have a date with the Louisville Cardinals on New Year's Eve in the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. This last month has been a whirlwind for the Tigers. They made Ed Orgeron the official head coach. He then locked down defensive coordinator Dave Aranda, hired Matt Canada to run the offense next season, and had to keep this recruiting class together. Oh, and he found out that his star running back and star middle linebacker are out for the bowl game. In all of this, LSU still has a game to play and a Heisman-winning quarterback to deal with. Ed Orgeron's Tigers will have to block all that outside noise out to be ready for the Cardinals.
We're excited to go to Citrus Bowl. We're excited to go to Orlando. You watched 3 snaps of Lamar Jackson, and that'll make you forget about all that noise out there and focus in on playing him. And this is a very exciting challenge for us. Our young men have worked hard to go to Citrus Bowl. It's going to be a very rewarding time for them. We're going to enjoy it, and this is a big football game for the LSU program. All that other stuff, we just block it out. We don't listen to.
Well, following the snub by the Pro Bowl that saw not one Saint make the annual All-Star game, the Saints focus on their slim playoff chances. For the Saints to get in, they need to go 2-0 and get a lot of help. They need Minnesota to beat Green Bay, and they need Chicago, and then lose to Chicago in Week 17. They need Green Bay to drop their Week 17 game. They need Washington to go 0-1 with a tie or 0-2. They need Tampa Bay to drop their final 2. The Saints can help themselves here as they take on the Bucs tomorrow afternoon in the Superdome. While their chances are razor thin, all they can do is win out at this point, Ms. Jennifer.
All right, well, we can keep our fingers crossed.
That's
anyway.
all we can hope. That's all we can do.
So big day.
Big day. Huge day. Congratulations one more time.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Alan. We're back right after these.